All right. I'll be keeping us on track this evening, along with trying to fill the audience members, parents, and facilitators on a couple of interesting tidbits I picked up along the way here at my time at Spark. And to keep us going in a timely fashion, Tyler Ramatowski is going to get up and give us his presentation on Tidal Wave Promotions.
Thank you, Drew.
All right, go forward.
Special thanks goes out to John Clark for the amazing clock. Drew, thank you so much for being an MC. It means a lot to us. JJ, thank you for the videography. It's amazing. And Tidal Wave Promotions. Hello, my name is Tyler Ramatowski. I am a senior at Parkway Central High School, and this is my second year in Spark. Today, I will be pitching Tidal Wave Promotions. Our story. A mentor, Kent Sheen, came out to us, and he said, Tyler, Johnny, we need you to make a special order of hats for me, for my son, who passed away. His son passed away last year, and he wanted a way to represent his son's life, and we did so by making these golf memorial hats. These hats were sent out to 12 of his volunteers at the golf memorial, and then he sold 36 of them later on. And so we found a way to make a different business and find a way to really help people and really align with the mission of other people. Oh, here's our mission and vision. Tidal Wave Promotion serves as a promotional brand for businesses that want to promote themselves efficiently and cost effectively. We are a competitively priced company that works closely with our clients to ensure that their needs are being met while eliminating the computer-based system. So in short, we really care about our clients and we really want to look into their business instead of just going on a computer, clicking a few buttons, and then your order is messed up down the road. So we work with our customers and we really find what they need and we get it done efficiently and effectively. So our market. $16.9 billion is spent on promotional products per year. That ranges anywhere from lanyards, hats, bags, chapsticks, anything you can name it. People want to find a way to promote their company very cost efficiently and effectively. And so our target market is organizations and companies from 50 to 200 employees. They're established businesses that have $10 to $100 million a year in revenue. This means that they spend around 5 to 10% of their annual revenue on marketing. So the business structure, it's quite simple. We go through a wholesaler and we purchase the goods with the printed logo on the merchandise, and then we sell and send our products to the company at a 35 to 60% margin, and our ROI is 53 to 150%. Right now, I've contacted over 10 companies. I'm working on 2 contracts. We already made 1 contract, and then 5 companies are interested in working in a deal. So one of the companies is Turnkey Technologies, and they're a software solution. And then the other is a fraternity, and they're having a big race. It's called the Little 500. It's at Indiana University, and we'll be providing around 200 to 250 hats for that fraternity. So our milestones so far. So last year in Spark, I was a part of Tidal Wave Hats LLC. We started as a clothing brand, and we sold around 250 hats, making $2,500. And after we sold to all of our friends and family, we realized that we were minnows in this huge shark business. And so we pivoted to promotional products because we realized that any person who has the drive and the passion and any sort of ambition can make a promotional brand work. It takes charisma, grit, love, and you really want to have compassion and you want to help other people. So we launched the promotional products in August of 2017 this year. And since then, we've already secured $2,000 worth of contracts. So with an investment of $500, we will create a website that has a very simple price structure that shows the price breaks if you were to buy over 250 promotional items, 1,000, 5,000. And that way, companies who are looking for promotional stuff that we already contacted, they can see our price structure before going through with another phone call or email. It's quite simple. And then we want to find better wholesalers. So the more capital you have, the easier it is to find a wide variety of wholesalers that have quality products and that have quality catalogs that you can see the prices, and the prices will be lower if you have more capital. They want to see that you have a very reputable brand that is not just, two kids playing around. And so with an investment of $500, we can prove to our wholesalers and to other companies that we know what we're doing and we are ready to, launch it right away. Share your story. Kent Sheen, his story was his son. He made the hat, the Allen hat, and it represented his son's life. He wanted to find a way to really show who his son was. So if you have anyone that needs promotional items or needs promotional items yourself, please contact me at ramatowskityler@gmail.com. And here's my phone number. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you, Tyler. It's exciting. Just as high school education is evolving, Tyler's business continues to evolve. Tyler's with the Spark program last year, came back around, had his same general business, but figured there's another industry and another marketplace to attack. So it's great to see Tyler continuing to build his business, and it's great to have him here. It's a wonderful evening being here for this pitch competition, and this is the highlight of 6 weeks of hard work for everybody here, both the mentors and the students. And it reminds me a little bit of a famous football player, Ray Lewis. Anybody familiar with Ray Lewis? Yep. DJ second. But Ray Lewis had a quote that said, "You don't have to pay me to come play on Sundays. I'll come play on Sundays anytime, anywhere, as long as my body is functional." That's the way I feel about today's pitch competition. Everybody here, this is the apex of a lot of hard work. The weeks, the months, the grinding, the last week, the staying up till midnight, whoever was sending me text messages and emails about their pitch, that's the hard work. If you put in the work, the weeks ahead of time, this is where you shine. And it's great to see everybody up here going to put out their best. Coming up next, we have Funmi and Olamide talk about Kenko Slush.
Hello, everybody. My name is Funmi Ayeni.
And my name is Olamide Ayeni.
And we are the founders of Kenko Slush. Today, we're fat. Unfortunately, over 20% of a child's diet goes to sugar. And why are we doing this? Because it's Kenko Slush.
We are making a truly nutritious environment easy for kids to access. At my school, there are so many soda machines of aspartame and fake sugar, and it really, really made me sad. And kids are lining up to get things like this. So I'm like, okay, let's make something healthy that tastes good and is available for kids to altogether make a better environment.
Statistics. So, sugary drinks increase your risk for heart disease and diabetes. And that also leads to obesity, which makes us fat. And processed sugar.
This is the amount of sugar that the average teen today consumes in one day. This is 168 grams of sugar, which equals 500 calories. Mm-hmm. This is sickening.
What makes us different? Vitamins and minerals that naturally occur in juices is the base of our product. We do this all the time, and half the sugars of a normal slushie is in our own. So that makes us better and more nutritious. Agave nectar has a nutritional value, which is better sweetener overall. So we use that to sweeten our slushie.
It has a lower glycemic index, which breaks down in your body a lot slower. So you're not going to get that sugar spike that you get if you were to drink a normal sugary drink.
We have no preservatives in our slushie, and we are a handmade product. No high fructose corn syrup that is typically in a normal slushie, and it tastes better.
So the nutrition facts, I am like more of the person that made the recipe. Our calories are around 100 calories, which is okay. 20 grams of sugar is half the sugar that's in a normal slushie, and we have 13 grams of carbohydrates.
Kids love sweet and colorful. That's just it. So we're definitely targeting them, that we need to appeal to them. So 2/3 of kids drink soda on a daily basis because it's offered in schools. So that's just what's available. So we plan to replace them.
Annual industry sales is 44.29 billion in beverage alone. Description of our target consumer is between 5 to 25 years old. At schools or college campuses, we've already been able to start selling at our school. It was kind of a hard process, but, you know, it took a while.
Our price. We're better in price because we range between $3 and $4, and bubble tea and Smoothie King can go up to $8. We also have less sugars in our slushie, 20 grams, 40, and up to 125 grams of sugar alone in a Smoothie King slushie.
Yeah, we put an asterisk by that one because they use fake sugar in a lot of their things that's supposed to be healthy, like this, you know, the 0-calorie gimmick. Yeah.
So we have strengths. We're healthy and feasible. We have large flavor content, but we haven't developed it as of yet because it is expensive to produce our product. And we are able to sell at the Cult Cafe. We've already obtained permission to do that. And we will be sold in vending machines. That's what we hope to branch out. But that is, as of now, a threat.
So the cost to make is 65 cents, and we're selling it for $3 because, you know, healthy is expensive.
Marketing and projected sales. So we plan to put flyers around school and use social media. We're not going to go about this the normal way and just post pictures on Instagram. We're allowing the people, our consumers, to post pictures of our product for us. That way we get out more and more people see.
So our timeline, we acquired permission to sell in the Parkway School District. We're going to start selling next week, October 4th. We completed an operation agreement, and we won the Nifty Pitch competition like 2 summers back, and it was a long time ago. So that's great. Yeah.
We plan to scale our product and add vegetables and move beyond our school district. And improve our recipe and add more flavors and hire and train people to produce our product and open a store eventually.
We asked the St. Louis Science Center to donate a tower garden to us, and they did. So that's one of our, you know, things that we did that we're really proud of.
So feel free to contact us. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, thank you, girls. And especially congratulations on getting into a school selling a food product. Anybody that's ever done any sort of food or FDA to get approval to actually sell your product in a school environment, you know the pain and rigor and the testing that's required to go through that process. So special congratulations on that milestone alone. I often get asked why the mentors come and want to give their time and donate their time and efforts and be a part of this group. And I think it's because of the experience that we had or didn't have in high school and how we see the next generation coming down the pipeline. I worked down at T-Rex for a couple of startups, and we often go out to lunch and have discussions about trying to hire people, trying to figure out how our business is going to succeed, who should we work with. And before we get to any sort of direct skill, the number one thing we asked amongst ourselves is, are they part of the Get It Club? And that may sound corny, and we just joked about it to begin with, but it made sense to us, and it's become our annual shtick. Part of the Get It Club means, do you have a basic understanding of how the business world works? Do you understand how to act appropriately? Do you understand where your time is, where your place is, how you're going to interact? Do you understand baseline concepts of business? And we're amazed at how few times that happens. So before we even get to your graphic design skills or your accounting skills or your music production or your sales or your digital marketing, whatever that may be, the number one thing we're looking for is, are you part of the Get It Club? And I think that's why we're here. If nothing else, by the time we come around to May, I really hope that we have 35 new members of the Get It Club. And that's really the goal of, I think, everyone here in this audience. And with that, we're going to move on to DJ and Charles with 314 Productions.
I'm DJ Pujji.
And I'm Charles Strong.
Our third partner, Isaac Swagger, cannot make it tonight, but we can do it. Without further ado, we are 314 Productions. I was blessed with the opportunity to go to a diverse school. Going there, I met a lot of great people that came out of different situations and not as good of a fortunate lifestyle as I had. They lost cousins to gang violence. A common trend I saw within all those people was they all enjoyed music and making music. And the Higginson gang study showed that artistic creation had a direct correlation with the reduction in gang violence. I also had an interest with making music growing up, but I realized it's not as easy when you don't have the necessary equipment. So I decided to combine those two and make a business where kids could create music and stay off the streets. If they didn't enjoy school, they could use this as another outlet. We want to represent artists that are unknown and up and coming. We also want to help them expand their careers that they cannot do so on their own. And of course, promote non-violent, non-gang-related music, because 6 artists have been killed since 2014 outside of record studios because of their lyrics. We want to help people record, produce, and promote their music that can't do so on their own. We also want to start with kids as early as 5th grade. So we were working with the Matthew Dickey Boys and Girls Club, which is located in North City, where a lot of our crime is.
So Pujji is recently, he just went over a little bit, but our why is to keep these kids off the streets, maybe out of gang violence, and make them doing their passion, doing what they love. Hopefully that takes away from the gang violence and not only committing crimes and ending up somewhere in their life where they would be, maybe in a prison or maybe even dead.
How we're going to go about doing this? We want to make a full studio to help independent artists wanting to learn, promote, record, and produce their own music, charging only $40 an hour versus outrageous rates like $120 an hour. We also want to have in-house management for our own label, signing kids we see potential in, at-risk kids that want to make it out. We plan to release on the Wave AC platform, which is being launched by one of our own Spark students, Noah Wiedner in the back. And we'll be taking 20% off the top. We have upcoming shows, such as the one on October 22nd for our flagship group known as the Binwell Mob. They're students of Parkway Central. We'll be making a minimum of $15,760 from parking, admission, and concessions. And we expect shows December 9th, December 23rd, and twice a month, every month in the year of 2018 at shows such as Pops, Del Mar Hall, and the Ambassador. Also other smaller clubs throughout the St. Louis area. We really need startup funds though. Can't do this without that. There is a requirement of $7,000 for full studio equipment, such as these listed.
So our growth. Right now, currently, we have 5 artists, and we plan on signing 15 artists by the year 2018. And then going off that 20 artists by 2019, we're projected to do quarterly $200,000. We got to that number by 20 artists, each bringing in $2,500 quarterly, and 4 quarters. We multiply that to $200,000 quarterly.
Not every kid enjoys the classroom. I had the opportunity to come to Spark. I want to give the opportunity of music to other kids in other districts. With that being said, who wants to help me change the world?
All right, thank you. Next on the docket, we have Chunk Dirty Productions. Yes, Chunk. That's you, Landon. Come on down.
Hey, how's everybody doing today? I'm Landon Hoover. I founded Chunk Dirty Productions. I'm going to get to that in a minute. I'm pretty much just your average teenage kid. I'm in high school. I like to have fun, hang out with my friends. There's some photos of me. I was going to include a photo of me in my homecoming date, but she didn't want to take any photos with me. Thanks, Mom. And what I'm doing is I'm promoting businesses, restaurants, anything on social media. And Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter, and what I'm really popular on, I have a little bit of a reputation on it. And the TV is really dead. The TV, there's advertisements for everybody and every dynamic, but on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram, you're watching videos that apply to you and you're interested. So they really hit their target market. My mission statement, I'm trying to entertain people, make them laugh, and I feel like I need to do that because I've been blessed with a great family. I've had just so much joy in my life. Why not spread it? So here's how I'm mainly going to make money on business besides sponsorships and endorsements. Cost per milli, which is cost per thousand, and that is cost per impression, which each time a video ad runs through completely, you get a little bit of money. And right there you can see how that kind of works. And then my RPM, revenue per milli, revenue per thousand views. And that is based on how many advertisements are placed on your videos. And if someone skips through it, it doesn't count. But if it goes through, it's a monetized view, then you'll get some revenue. And your revenue is based on revenue earned divided by total monetized views times 1,000. So next I'm going to talk about my social media, of course, which is the best form of advertising. As I was saying, audiences look up what they're interested in, you know, that's their target. And then so websites know that they can make money off of that they can give people money to show their advertisements on their channels or businesses or websites or whatever, and then they will pay them for every time someone clicks on it, views it, whatever on their website. So that's what I want people to do, is pay me money to advertise them. And so here's how I'm going to get my revenue. Traditional YouTube revenue, CPM, RPM, which I just talked about. Sponsored or featured posts where people pay me to show them in my videos or mention them. And then me and Keaton, my man back there, we went to a restaurant in Kirkwood called The Symbol about a week ago. We showed it off, promoted it, showed them the kitchen, everything great about it, and they actually paid us $500 to go towards my channel to do that. So I want to continue doing that. And my target market is predominantly 16 and 25-year-olds, which is my age group, because those are people I really apply to, people I can make laugh or interest or whatever. And as you can see, women 18 to 34, they like comedy. Men, of course, we love comedy. So that's mainly what I'm doing. My strengths, I'm pretty entertaining. If you can't tell already, talk to me after the show. Low to no cost. I'm pretty much just doing this in my basement. Get whatever I can get, not trying to spend a lot of money. As I said, age of my target audience. And as I said, if you know me, my social media has a reputation. My brand is very new. It's just me. I don't have a profit besides actually going to the restaurant. And I have a lot of competition. A lot of YouTubers, they have a fan base. I've been going with them for years. And I'm just a brand new kid. So, yeah. And my opportunities, talk about the latest trends, just focus on sharing my views, maybe make a joke out of it, make some profit, and meet others in the YouTube community, collab with, make videos with, get me advice. And then my threats, like I said, many other YouTubers, it's hard to me to keep consistent posts because it's just me and the cost, but I'm not really worried about it. My goals are to build a following, get known, mainly gain sponsorships, and get endorsed by companies. And that's about it. Here's my social media. Make sure to follow me, and that's all I got. Thank you.
Is he going to do this coffee cup go next? There it is. Yeah. All right. We got a quite slight detour. BQ Media is going to go next. It's one more down your row. Caleb, you're up next. You're up. All right. So Landon, you got $500 for that. You left it at home. What does the production assistant get for that? Yeah. Camera guy. Camera guy. What's my cut? Good. Good. We didn't have time to show you a fantastic video of Landon, so we show up and Landon goes right for the hot sauce. And he goes, well, what's this one? He goes, well, this is the ghost pepper hot sauce. People put a little dab on it, helps kick up the food. This is a vegetarian style food, so sometimes they want a little extra spice. During the middle of our interview with two professional business owners, Landon just decides that this is the right time to see if you can squirt ghost pepper sauce right to the back of your throat. It's just the best part. Didn't leave the interview. Sat right there and bounced his knee up and down for the next 14 minutes. Straight. Sweated it out. So when he says that he has a following on the social interwebs, I think his RPMs and CPMs are going to make it through to the video end because who's going to miss out on that action? All right. Next, jumping ahead, is going to be Kayla with BQ Media.
Is this the clicker that I'm stealing here? Awesome. Hi guys, my name is Caleb Salter, and I'm the owner and founder of BQ Media. We help small business owners tell their story online to connect with the right target market. I'm the resident super nerd and CEO at BQ Media LLC. I like to call myself the chief everything officer because that's a lot of what I do. We identified a massive problem in the market. You see, price does not equal marketing, but a lot of business owners are using price in their marketing materials. They're selling on price, their address, their location, and doing a lot of things that people used to do in traditional marketing. But these methods don't work with more socially conscious consumers. BQ Media has the solution to this big problem. How? We provide innovative websites and social media management solutions to help small business owners tell their story. We do this by focusing on storytelling. So I'm going to tell you my story and then get a little bit more into the inner workings of BCubed. So I started out with my first computer at 2 years old, really was just super fascinated, and I eventually took a screwdriver to it and took it apart. My parents weren't too happy about that, but they were patient enough to let me move forward with my fascination in technology. This led me to start my first company at 10 years old out of my parents' basement repairing computers, but sadly my dad's in the military, so we had to move and the computers had to go. At 12 years old, I wanted to start a bow tie company, and I learned to market and sell these bow ties, but there was one big problem. I didn't have any bow ties to sell. So I had all this web marketing knowledge, I had spent all my money building a website, and I had no idea what to do, which eventually led me into starting my media agency, BQ Media. So I lived in South Mississippi at the time, moved to St. Louis a year ago, and have done some phenomenal things since then, including meeting the CEO of Answers.com, writing for Entrepreneur Magazine. I've been on the news, I got a grant from Parkway, just all kinds of phenomenal stuff because of Spark and BCubed. So there are two big things that I want to touch on before I get deeper into this presentation, because there are two major issues in the agency world. Because BQ Media is a client-focused company, we address these major issues. One of them is cost. Websites are expensive. In fact, our competition charges $3,000 or more for a standard 5-page website. That's 500 caramel frappuccinos at Starbucks. I could get a lot of coffee instead of that. The BCubed approach is charging $100 a month for that same exact website across 2 years so that the business owner can afford to grow their business along with their web presence, not one or the other. The second biggest issue that we found is that a lot of agencies don't focus on the strengths of everybody involved in the project, including the business owner. What we do at B Cubed, in opposition to the competitor's approach, which is, hey, send us the content you want on the About page. Send us what you want on the home page. Send us some pictures. The B Cubed approach is let us do it for you. Let us do the things that you don't want to do so you can focus on your strengths. What this helps us do is provide a better quality product, drive more results, and make more money for the business owner. Now, I want to show you that BQ Media is a real thing. We're making real money and helping real businesses grow. So in total landed contracts to date, we've landed $11,750 in contracts. This is real money. On top of that, since my role transitioned in the company from focusing on building the websites and doing the sales to just focusing on sales, in the last month and a half, we've opened $11,300 in additional negotiations on top of the $11,750 we've already landed. This means that we nearly quadrupled our business in a month and a half just because I focused on what I loved. Our numbers, we operate at a 70% margin, meaning we have a 230% return on investment. These are just some of the clients I've done work for. I couldn't fit all of them on the slide, sadly, and I didn't want to bore you with more slides. Tethered Skiff, we helped them build out their web presence with an e-commerce site. With Gartman Insurance, we did something similar, except they didn't have e-commerce. We built them a new mobile-ready website with thousands of words of custom copy. With Bienville Oyster Company, we helped them establish their brand online. They just got an endorsement from a major oyster chef, and I'm so excited for them. My marketing. So I just want to touch on some of the things that I do to market myself. I have more than 3,500 LinkedIn connections. I attend networking events weekly. I've sent thousands of emails to people I don't know, and I have a book coming out later this year. In summary, I'm innovative, profitable, scalable, and proven. What would I do if I win? This has actually changed within the last 12 hours. So what I would like to do is invest that $500 to award a website to somebody else in Spark that really needs it by hosting a mini pitch competition for that website. The $500 would be used to fund the contractors within B Cube to do the work so that I can help another business in Spark grow while I grow. I wanted to give a big thank you to all my mentors, and a big thank you to everybody for being here tonight. I'd like to talk to every single small business owner in the room because I want to help you make some more money before the end of this year and help people buy you, not your prices. Thank you.
Good job. Great job, Caleb. Caleb's also a second-year Spark student, and you can see the growth from one year to the next. Caleb came in last year and pitched more of a multi-purpose digital platform, and this year's coming in and honing in on exactly what he's doing. So it's no longer just a social media and marketing firm and website development. He's discovered that the most money or the most profit, in his case, is just building websites. So that's one of the great things you can get out of Spark is start somewhere, zero your way in. All right, next, Riley, you have the stage.
Is this on? All right, so I'm Riley Donovan, and I want to use my journey to inspire others. So a little bit about me. When I was in middle school, as you can see, I was pretty chubby. I was pretty fat. I was just putting it out there. Like, I was incompetent with everything. I didn't have very much self-esteem, and I thought it was time to change. Like, I was fed up. So I started researching on diets, lifestyle changes, like how to do it. And this is when I came across Brendan Myers, and that's who that is in the corner. Basically what he does, he's a YouTuber. He has programs, nutritional videos, workout videos, everything like that. So when I was researching, I came across him. And he pretty much was my role model going through all of this. And yeah, so obesity in America is becoming a bigger problem, and it's also a really big problem. And 1 out of 6 children either are obese or have weight problems. And it's just really easy for... My bad. It's really easy for kids to fall into these bad habits of just staying up all night playing video games, not getting up and staying active. And even that's what I did. And that's why I was so chubby. So basically, I know that people can relate to me. And yeah, so people struggle with people can relate to me, and a lot of people nowadays struggle with the same problems I did. So a lot of people can relate to my story, and since obesity just becoming a greater problem. I want to be kind of like a Brendan Myers to these other younger kids that were like me. And I want to, especially for kids who feel like they can't or they have nobody to talk to, I want to be that person that, like, I'm on your side, like, I can help you do this. And how am I going to do this is my website. So I'm going to blog my life experiences, just what I've learned, tips, tricks, everything along the lines of that, as well as document my upcoming journey. So I'm sick. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I just got diagnosed with mono. So I've been getting out of shape, and I'm going to, when I'm not sick, like when I'm better, I'm going to document my journey through videos and maybe vlogs that you can get back in shape. And no matter what happens, like you can achieve it. As well on my website, so a lot of kids, they don't really have anywhere to go, they feel like. And so kids can anonymously post questions that they have on the website that I can answer, or I can give my advice. And if I feel someone else is best fit for that, then I can refer them to them so they can answer the question as best. As well as when we start growing, just little pieces of merchandise such as a bracelet or a water bottle that they can have. And it's not going to represent me, or I'm not going to represent my website. It's to represent them as they go along their journey to change their lifestyle, as well as just have like a safe community that if you see that bracelet, you know that he's taking a step in the right direction for his life to change. That's it.
All right, Cody Corbin with Refined Skateboard, you're up.
I was first introduced to skateboarding when I was 9 years old. It provided a way for me and my dad to bond. And soon became an important part of our family. Like many other skaters, we became attracted to the artistic and pioneering spirit of skateboarding. What started out as a pastime became a lifestyle, and as our skill sets grew, so did our desire for the perfect board. We quickly became tired of poor quality, mass-produced boards that constantly chipped and lost their shape. My dad, being a carpenter by trade, found it natural to combine his fine woodworking skills with our passion for skateboarding. In 2011, Refined Skateboard Company was born. As I worked alongside my father, I learned many valuable lessons about the importance of a hard work ethic and persistence. He taught me how to always be my best and to never settle for anything less than excellence. Skateboarding has helped me develop a keen eye for precision and the mind of a true craftsman. Since the beginning, my dad and I have constantly exchanged ideas on how we can make our product better. After years of skating, innovation, and refinement, we have arrived at a hand-shaped mold that forms a finished deck of superior quality and precision. Optimal concave, combined with an ideal nose and tail pitch, creates a high-performance skateboard with no limitations. Every one of our boards is meticulously handcrafted, using only the finest hard rock maple veneer from the northeastern United States. Unlike our competitors, we press each one of our boards one at a time to ensure true-to-form accuracy on our custom-built mold. All of this innovation results in a board that lasts longer and rides better than any other skateboard on the market. Many companies choose to screen print or heat transfer graphics onto their boards. These methods result in a superficial graphic that easily wears off as it faces the harsh elements of skateboarding. Every one of our boards is fire branded with a signature refined logo of precision and performance. Instead of featuring dark and explicit graphics on our boards, like many companies do, we hand stain each one of our boards, which creates vibrancy and a distinctive look. Not only do these techniques create for a board that will stand out at any skate park, but since both are saturated into the wood, they will not wear off or fade away in the sun. As of 2009, the skateboarding industry was a $4.8 billion market. That number is estimated to have risen to over $5 billion by now, and is likely to quickly increase within the next few years due to skateboarding being featured in the 2020 Olympics. There are over 6.4 million skaters in the United States alone. That number is rising as many are turning away from traditional team sports and seeking something different. Our boards currently retail for an average price of $130. I plan to implement a 3-tier pricing structure in the near future. This plan includes a base level board priced at $100, a mid-level board priced at $150, and an ultra premium skateboard priced at $300. Up until this point, all of our revenue has been reinvested into the business. Within the past year, we have purchased a new bandsaw and built a new vacuum press system, both of which are increasing our productivity. We are also very involved in our local skateboard community. In the past 4 months alone, we have sponsored 2 skate competitions and given away product at each one. In order to further advance our business, we need funding to buy a new computer and editing software. Online and social media presence is absolutely crucial in the skateboard industry. Our current computer is slowing us down and limiting our digital capabilities. I believe that with updated technology, we will be able to better reach our target market through the use of higher quality images and videos. Thank you for your time. Please make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Refined Skateboard Co. and check out our website at refinedskateboards.com.
If anybody didn't get the chance to catch out his skateboards in the back, they're awesome. $130? I think we need to have a marketing conversation about your price point. No, they're really sharp. So if you do get the chance, go back in there, check them out, put in your custom design, and we look forward to selling more Refined skateboards. Thank you. Yes. All right. From the skateboarding industry to the e-gaming industry. I don't know if there's two further things apart. Maybe that's just what the 80s kids now do, e-gaming. But we have Airi and Sam on stage.
Is this how this works? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. Hi, I'm Airi Murray.
And I'm Sam.
And our business is Stack GG, which is a competitive gaming event organizer. Competitive gaming, otherwise known as esports, is essentially video games that are played at an extremely high competitive level with millions of dollars on the line. Now, just what exactly are esports and how big are they? In 2016, esports were only dwarfed by the Super Bowl in terms of viewership. They beat out the Masters, the NBA Finals, the World Series, and the Stanley Cup. You don't just watch TV anymore, you consume it. And that's just what esports is. While you're watching a stream, while you're watching a game, you'll probably have your Twitter open, maybe even your competitive gaming fantasy team. Yes, that is actually a thing. Just like multiple NFL fans will have Red Zone open, their Twitter, and their fantasy team at the same time.
So why I'm here? I'm here because I played soccer. I had a dream of going to college, and it just didn't work out for me. So then I switched to video gaming, and I'm proud of it.
Why am I here? In middle school, I suffered with really bad depression. I was essentially borderline suicidal. And competitive gaming and the people I met in that community, they gave me somewhere to go, and they are literally the only reason why I'm standing here today.
So our community, we have something called Twitch, and that's pretty much a social media platform for gamers to watch gamers, pretty much.
Yeah, so back in 2015, Twitch was actually bought out for Amazon for almost $1 billion. And 80% of the people on Twitch are under 25 years old, which means that it's essentially a way for investors to reach the quote-unquote unreachable millennials. So in terms of our SWOT analysis, in 2016, Asia Pacific accounted for 44% of the global esports region fan base. But when it came to revenue, it was the exact opposite. Asia had the smallest revenue, where North America, who had the smallest fan base, had the biggest. This shows that not only do we have the money in it, but we are also creating the fan base that goes around it at the same time.
And so here's some pretty investors that everybody knows. We have Shaquille O'Neal, who just invested money into a team called Team Energy.
Yeah, Team Energy they're not exactly what you would call a successful team, but they're sponsored by the Washington, D.C. Board of Tourism, because Even our politicians, who sometimes we don't know what they're doing, know how big esports are. So in terms of our revenue streams, so to attend each event, you'll have to pay a base ticket price to come into the event to watch. Now, when we first start off, the events are much smaller, so you'll be paying to play at the events. On top of that, we'll be making money from sponsorships of people who want to have their company on the front page of our event, and then as well as merchandise that we'll be selling. You can make a small amount of money from advertisements on Twitch, but that's not as high up there as well as merchandise and tickets are. So our demographics, to put it bluntly, our demographics are essentially middle to high class 16 to 25-year-olds who have enough money to be spent on gaming and have enough time on their hands essentially to pour thousands of hours into games.
On average, boys and girls, you spend.
Yeah. So on average, girls and boys across the world, ages 18 to 25, in a recent study by Limelight Networks, spend more time watching esports than they do traditional sports. And on the left, as you can see the chart, it talks about how much money people are willing to spend just to attend and watch an event. Over 80% are willing to spend over $50 just to attend to watch an event. So in terms of our milestones, we already have a $500 sponsor should we find another $500 sponsor to match their sponsorship. We have our first event booked here at Spark later in November, and we also have the support of Parkway Tech behind us.
So here's what we need. What we need is sponsorship, value, prize pool, and equipment. And we need 20 to high to mid-end PCs to help us run this.
Yeah, so in terms of venue, I know I said we already have this one for the first one, but in the future, this will be a very, I guess you would say, a small stepping stone to what we want to get to. We want to get to what level the professionals are at, to where they're renting out the Staples Center, the Seoul World Cup Stadium. We want to get to that level, and for that, we need bigger venues to bring in a bigger audience. We need PCs because, to be honest, not everyone has the same PC as someone else. And we want everyone that comes to our events to have the same even playing field as everyone else, to where it's only your skill dividing you. And in terms of the equipment, we don't really mean in terms of like keyboards and mice, because everyone needs to play on their own. We want equipment as in like servers that we can use in the future that we can keep using to make our business greater. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Hey, Airi, when's that date for Ari's gaming experience? November 11th and 12th. So if anybody wants to try out e-gaming, what game are we playing, Ari?
Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Counter-Strike. How many hours have you spent playing Counter-Strike, Ari? 2,601 hours spent playing Counter-Strike. Yes, good use of time. Yeah. Hey, that's what we're here about at Spark. Turn your hobby into a business. If you're going to spend that much time playing a video game, you might as well figure out how to make a few nickels out of it. And having an organized event, you can see that the demographics are coming towards him, so Ari's trying to get out in front of the curve. So very exciting stuff in the e-gaming community, and definitely a first kind of pitch that we've ever had in the 4 years of Spark. So way to get out there. All right. Next we have John with Lighthouse Golf. John with Lighthouse Golf, that's you.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Johnny Wichlenski. Thanks for coming out tonight. And I'm with Lighthouse Golf. So a little bit of my backstory. I've been playing golf nearly my entire life, thanks to my dad starting me off young. I'm going to my 4th year on the Parkway Central golf team. And I've been playing long enough to understand that although golf is a physical sport, it's also very mental as well. Meaning that you hit one bad shot, it's going to get in your head and kind of consistently lead you to hit worse and worse shots throughout the round, leading you to a bad round. So on one day, one of these bad rounds, I hit a ball way off to the right, and I start walking toward it, thinking I'm never going to find it. And I see a little reflection by the sand trap, so I walk toward it, and turns out it was a piece of tinfoil. But lesson learned, I thought, wouldn't it be nice if you could see, your ball clearer, more, stand out more amongst the grass, the trees, the sand, whatever it may be on the golf course. So that led me to create Lighthouse Golf, which is a sun-reflective spray you put on your golf ball to allow you to see your ball from around 100 yards farther in the distance, allowing you to cut down on strokes, cut down on money spent, and just have a better and more enjoyable round overall. So in terms of financials, we're working with C.L. Smith to receive free packaging, and we're also working with a company in China who are sending us samples of this sun-reflective spray we're going to try out. So we plan to produce 12-ounce bottles of spray for $2 a piece and then sell that for $10 with an ROI of 500%. We then plan to market that at golf courses such as St. Albans, our golf team, Meadowbrook, Westwood, and other country clubs throughout the St. Louis area. In terms of demographics, we're looking at recreational golfers with a handicap of 12 plus and ages 25 to 70. So in conclusion, there's 300 million golf balls lost each year, and the average golfer loses 1.3 balls every 9 holes. On top of that, the golfer spends $1,000 to $2,000 in golf equipment each year. So we help to cut down on not only the amount of money spent, balls lost, but the amount of stress that you receive on the first hole and the first tee of every golf hole. So what we need from you guys. So we need capital to help us find a formula that fully meets our needs and standards to produce the best and most the better quality spray we can possibly come up with, as long as mentorship to help us figure out where to go next in this long journey, and also connections to help us find chemists, pro shops, and other connections throughout the St. Louis area that could possibly help us move and better our company in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Johnny. I think I am your perfect demo topic. I'm so bad at golf, I don't even have a handicap, mainly because I only play 3 or 4 times a year. But I do not have a handicap, so I'd be perfect for you. Well, we got the Twisted Bowtie guys coming up. I thought I'd make a couple quick shout-outs to everybody in the audience that I see walking around. We got Mark Schaefer, John McBride, Howard Salter over here in the corner. I see Kelly Chandler in the middle. We got Neil in the back, JJ on the video. We have a whole bunch of different mentors here that show up. And one of the great things about them is everyone's diverse background. Howard's in the military. John's a retired business owner. Mark has one foot in corporate America, one foot outside. Everyone comes from a different, diverse background. And I think that's what makes the Spark mentorship plan work, is they can listen to me, then they can listen to Howard, then they can go catch John for coffee. And then the student can decide what's the best advice for them. Their hardest job here is filtering information. They hear a whole bunch of experts tell them a whole bunch of cool different things, and they have to decide which makes sense for their business. We don't tell them what to do. We just say what we would do if we were in their positions, and then they go do the same thing to 10 other people, maybe their parents, maybe their grandparents, whoever that may be. But their job is to be the last person that makes the final decision. And I think that's the hardest decision. Hayden's been around here. This is year number 2 for him, Twisted Bowties. And hopefully he's made a couple good decisions along the way. And we're going to hand it off to the Twisted Bowtie crew.
All right, thank you, Drew. All right, my name is Hayden Crandall, and I'm the owner and CEO of Twisted Bowties.
I'm Ben Demartino, and I'm the CFO of the company. My name is Andrew Morrison, and I'm the marketing strategist for Twisted.
And in the history of bow ties, the bow ties never really changed. It dates all the way back to 200 BC when the emperors of China used to wear bow ties. And today we are redefining what it is to wear a bow tie and what it is to tie a bow tie. So growing up, I lived with all girls, my mom and my 2 sisters, and they instilled a passion for fashion. I was known around school as wearing crazy outfits, and by the time I reached 7th grade, I started wearing bow ties. So there was something about bow ties that tying it and completing it gave you this sense of confidence that you could accomplish anything throughout the day. And throughout school, I came quickly be known as the bow tie kid. People ask me, hey, why the bow tie guy? And I would say, because it feels right, man. And so, so going through the years, I was always wearing bow ties at school, and people always recognized me, and they said, hello, how's it going? I like your bow tie. And one day I was wearing this really crazy outfit. It was all different colors and all different patterns, and it didn't really match well, but it also kind of looked cool. And I was like, I need a bow tie for this. So I was looking through my bow tie collection, and I didn't have one that matched perfectly. So what I ended up doing was taking 2 separate bow ties, cutting each of them in half, and wearing 2 different halves of the bow ties, and that's how Twisted Bow Ties was created. We went through a bunch of different design variations when I first entered Spark last year in fall of 2016. The different designs included Velcro, included buttons, included hooks, snaps, all different designs. And what we found was the best idea was that we needed a universally connectable bow tie. So what we did was we take 2 diametrically charged neodymium magnets, which basically means some really strong magnets that can pivot around its horizontal axis 360 degrees, creating a universally connectable bow tie when matched with any other twisted bow tie.
And if that alone doesn't rock your socks, then hold on to your shoes, because I am more than honored to present to you the Smile Collection. This collection of bow ties is dedicated to Kelly White. She is a beloved friend and family member of ours that always had the biggest, beautiful, brightest smile out of anyone. And no matter what she was going to say, you knew that it was going to be heart-filled, and it's just going to mean more than anything to you. So we created a collection of 3 different halves for a bow tie that can be assorted in any different way into one of 6 unique Smile Collection bow ties. And when you're wearing any of the Smile Collection bow ties, you're wearing Kelly's smile, and it brightens your day and everyone else that gets to see you. And when Kelly passed away last year, her mother, Kim, mentioned a organization called the Chads Coalition. And it is a St. Louis-based organization that really helps people get through tough mental health and suicidal situations. So Twisted Bow Ties is going to be donating a portion of all of the proceeds from the Smile Collection to Chads Coalition.
To purchase 1, 2, or all 3 of our half bow ties, you can visit twistedbowties.com. In the top right corner, you can see a tab labeled the Smile Collection. Clicking on that's going to bring you to a page where you can read all about Kelly, the life she lived, and you can also read about the colors of our half bow ties. So yeah, you can see all of them here.
Each tie was created with different colors. The purple is for the suicide awareness color. That is the national color of suicide awareness, and it has different abstract elements that represent the darks and the lights in life, as well as the yellow tie, which reflects Kelly's beautiful smile, as well as her favorite color. Her favorite color was yellow. And as well as the third and final tie called Harmony, which balances both elements of life and death and all the beautiful elements that Kelly brought to our lives.
So priced at $25 for a half, you can purchase 3 halves for only $75. That would be a value of $350 when compared to the prices of Calvin Klein, Tommy Hilfiger, or Nautica, as we use 100% silk, as well as all these companies do.
We really appreciate you guys coming out today. Follow us on Facebook at Twisted Bow Ties, on Twitter at Twisted Bow Ties, and on Instagram at Twisted Bow Ties to keep up with what we're doing to improve in our community, a newsletter that will be going out each week, and as well as how we are becoming student entrepreneurs at the age of 17 and 18 and making a difference in the lives of our community. Thank you.
Ayeri, take the stage.
We're going to start with a show of hands. How many people here love music? All right, same. So for the last decade, and I know it's crazy to say that, how can a 17-year-old do something for a decade already? I've been involved with the music industry. I was a news writer for EDM Chicago, a music blog based out of the Chicago area. I did contributing writing for 312 Audio, also in Chicago, but then I also moved up to some bigger publications like UKF, The Lowly Palace, and other big publications and labels. These are just some of the photos that I've taken at shows that I've gone. So I guess the question is, who am I and what am I doing? This is Rave Advisory, and this is kind of the absolution to 10 years of work and some jadedness that I've had with my personal encounters and work in the industry. Rave Advisory is a music brand, and recently it's been developing into a creative brand that provides tools, services, news, and content to support independent creators, which is a massive market that many people haven't considered as of late. The current industry is indicative of this very corporate model, which puts middlemen and expensive products at the forefront. Everybody seems to believe that you need $1,000 computers and you need a big label to release all of your music and release all of your content. But lately, as the internet has grown in prominence, we've seen this change. Intermediaries have moved out of the picture and artists have taken back control over their own content. This has been unprecedented with YouTube and SoundCloud and other websites that we are trying to work on, and services like so, which will allow us to accommodate that movement. Our vision is to make extensive tools, services for creative people and artists, personalized, budget, and effective services, and any artist with talent can publish and grow awareness of their brand. So, what does that look like? Great question. So right now, Rave Advisory is actually an artist management agency. When it first started out, it was a digital magazine that focused on independent art and independent creations. So we would cover artists, we would fly out, do covers and do cover stories, features on them, and do all kinds of different things to work on their personal branding. Nowadays, we're handling all the essentials for artists, everything from their connections in the industry to booking, publishing, and publicity. Digital branding, social media, and the online presence is also very important to us, and we've been working on mass market plans and limited invite-only management plans up to this point. We've also been working on launching an artist collective where people can release their music and retain 100% ownership over their content. So, how do we do it? We have two plans. Our mass market plan, which we'll be releasing in December for $7 a month. It'll manage the digital front for artists. We're talking about the web presence, the social media, and the branding. A lot of people ask us why it's so inexpensive, and the answer is automation. A lot of these services we can provide for very cheap because the artist will be doing most of the work. We've also just created a system by which we can make this as efficient as possible. The core plan is where we actually do the agency and the management for artists. So this is an invite-only or request invite system. Talented artists and creatives, we have everyone from motivational speakers to musicians, songwriters, we have video producers, and many other kinds of people that are in contract negotiations with us right now. Those people join the RA agency roster, and those are the people that we display as part of our core, creative team. So how we do this is we handle publishing, everything from publishing on SoundCloud Go, which you may be familiar with as a SoundCloud audio streaming service, we publish on Spotify, we handle publishing to iTunes, YouTube, Tidal. That's everything we can do for musicians. Some of that stuff has been more specialized as we've taken on different kinds of clients as of late, but we've also managed to build our connection base with promoters, labels, A&R, venues, artists, songwriters, creators, designers, developers, and brands, which that last one is really important because we've seen an unprecedented growth in how brands take on their music presence. We handle everything like services to web dev, designing, branding, copywriting, mixing, engineering, consultation, all these things we can do in-house. None of it's contracted out. Everything is done by us personally. So how can we afford to do it? It's a great question. Since we are starting at a very small market, we realize that it will take time to build something like this. We're emphasizing on building automation features which can put that power back in the hands of artists so we don't even have to be in the middle. We're really big on taking the middleman out of art. When art was started, when creative work was started, it was just people making things. There were people that would act as the beneficiaries and the people that would donate to those causes. But lately, it's just been the people. It's been power to the people. And how does it look? It looks like Rave Advisory X, a photo shoot and video shoot we've had almost every year. This past year, we went to Seattle and met up with a few independent artists. We have 6 core agency members and are in contact negotiations with over 20 more. We have 3 digital users, and that's just to test the digital service we'll be launching later this year. We have 200,000 artist views to date since we opened 2 months ago, 2 collective releases, and raveadvisory.com, the place where we manage everything. I wanted to plug Rave Advisory number 2. This is the second release on our collective. It's called Answers by Astrail. You can scan this QR. And I wanted to plug Wave AC, which is a service that we're building that will be a definitively pro-artist streaming service. Thank you.
It's always great when you're attempting to mentor students that you have no idea what they do. And even if I knew what he did, I think you passed up my own personal talent level in this eons ago. So congratulations on that. Yourself and Kaloeb also in the room that are on the technical side. My challenge to both of you is laser-like focus for the next 6 months. You guys have the technical skill set, you have the competency. Now it's focusing on one of your many different endeavors. So that is my challenge to the both of you for the coming year. Which leads us to Monica. Monica, you're here to tell us about your makeup? Yes. All right.
And you might need to refresh it. Yep. Is it, all right. Is it good? Mm-hmm. Hi everyone, I'm Monica, and I'm creating a revolutionary makeup product for the new generation of individuals. Imagine making people feel more confident and better about themselves and their own skin, and that's what I'm here to do. And what are the biggest problems in the makeup industry today? Well, that is that there's not a lot of diverse shades for people out there today. For many individuals, they cannot find the right shade. there's a lot of light shades out there. Think of like your favorite makeup brand out there today. Think of your favorite makeup line. I'm sure there's not a lot of makeup shades, and to think that everyone has their unique skin tone and everyone's their unique with undertones, and to think that only a foundation line that only contains around 12 to 20 shades, it just isn't right. There is a huge makeup industry out there today it's a huge makeup industry. There is over $455 billion in the makeup industry today in 2017. The Generation Z lifestyle is formatted and created for people who are my age and older to make a new world and really change it. I will be using social media to format and market my product because I have over 4,000 followers on Instagram, and I'll also be using YouTube and using that to give it to new generation of individuals. And think about if only 2% of my followers bought my product. That's over 80 sales. My product will be $15 for the two 6.5 milliliters of product, and it'll each contain a light and a dark shade. It's a unique product, and it will help self-tan people and make them feel more confident. It will also limit sun care damage by the sun by using sunless tanning. Also, my lighter shade can be used to correct makeup so you don't walk around looking like this. Some success and challenges. I think it'll be very challenging for me to compete with the larger industries out there and larger companies such as MAC, L'Oreal, or Benefit, because they are very large industries, and for me to compete against them, it will be very hard, but I'm sure I'll be able to overcome it. So I just really hope to make people feel more empowered and feel better about themselves, because especially for me, makeup really has always inspired me. Ever since I was a young girl, I've always loved just being a girly girl, and I've always just wanted to make a difference. So thank you for your time, and make sure to check out my social medias down below. Thank you.
And that is Monica's makeup down below at Monica McCarthy. If you'd like to check out some makeup. Alrighty. Up next, Keaton Adams. Keaton Adams, come on down. Keaton, yeah. Keaton somehow managed to get this company name passed through Parks system. Congratulations on your first accomplishment.
Hello, everybody. My name is Keaton Adams, and I'm the founder of Kick Ass Eats. Now, we found that a huge problem with local restaurants is that they fail to connect with 18 to 26-year-olds. And vice versa, 18 to 26-year-olds can't find local restaurants to eat at near them. So our solution? We partner with local restaurants to create fun and entertaining content that entertains our demographic, along with an interactive website that makes it easy to find local restaurants near you. So instead of talking about what we do, I want to show you. Myself and my friend Sophie were talking back and forth, and we were trying to figure out where we wanted to go for dinner one night. Neither of us had any idea, which is a major problem that a lot of people have. She ends up recommending Kick Ass Eats to me, which is my website. So I go on my computer and search www.kickasseats.com, and my homepage pulls up. As you can see, you can find local restaurants near you. You can find reviews and deals to those restaurants, along with a business of the week and an easy way to contact us on our homepage. The business of the week has a description of the business, as you can see there, along with a rating system, our ratings and a customer rating, along with a link to their website through their logo and pictures of their food. Every business of the week has a discount. We partnered with Symbol to get a buy one, get one free smoothie for our business of the week. And so if you go in there and you buy a smoothie, you get one free if you buy a bowl along with that. So I really liked Symbol, so I decided to go there, and we really liked that. So for the restaurant industry is a $799 billion a year industry with over 1 million restaurants in the United States alone. Restaurants spend on average 2 to 10% of total sales on marketing, 10% when they're a newly opened restaurant, and 4 to 5% after they've settled. Teens 18 to 26 spend $209 away from home on food per month, and that averages out to 24% of money on food. So how are we different from Yelp and other competitors? We have a different target audience. We target 18 to 26-year-olds that restaurants really struggle to connect with, and we also give discounts and giveaways to those restaurants to teens to attract them. So the way we make our money, we sell bundles to local restaurants that include content creation targeted to 18 to 26-year-olds, along with a post on our accounts and an email on our email list. When we get 5,000 followers and have 1,500 people on our email list, it'll cost us $25 for a bundle, and we'll charge $70 to that business for a $45 profit. Once we get to 15,000 followers and 7,500 people on our email list, it'll cost us $110 to make, but we'll charge $350, which is a $240. So our roadmap, our goal is to have a 1,500 person email list by December 1st, 2017, along with a developed app in April and a fully customized website on May 20th, 2018. And to clarify, we already have a website, but we want to be able to kind of expand with that. We can't do everything we want with that right now. We want to expand to either Denver, Colorado, or LA, California, because most millennials are going to be living there by December of 2020. So our team. It's myself, who is the CEO, CFO, and head of marketing, along with Kate Doss and Jordan Camario, who both write reviews for me for the restaurants I'm working with. Every restaurant has a review when you click on their business, and they go into businesses and write them for me. So when I win the $500 tonight, $400 will go to ratings and reviews to pay for their food, which will give me 40 to 50 reviews, which would be a game changer for me. And then $100 would go to social media marketing. It's Kick-Ass Eats. Find your new favorite restaurant. Thank you.
Good job, Keaton. I told Keaton when he came up with this new business idea a couple weeks back that he picked the world's greatest business model. His sole job is to go to restaurants, buddy up with restaurant owners, and then eat their free food. How do I get into this business? If I'm your permanent videographer, can I just start tagging along all the time? Perfect. Great idea. Love what you're doing. Make use of the Chesterfield community. I'm going to see you at the next Chesterfield events. All right. Next, we have Sam and Will with Arrow. Sam and Will, you're up.
I just want to give a quick shout out to the people from Central Presbyterian for being here. Thank you so much, and I hope this makes you proud. All right. Harvey, Irma, Mexico City. These are all natural disasters where families are torn apart. Families don't know whether their loved ones are okay. People have lost their lives, their homes, everything they own, everything they love. I have had family, and I have family from Ethiopia, and my best friends have family from Ethiopia. And I've been there, and I've done relief there, and I've done Haiti relief. And I've done, hopefully, next year, I'll be going with Central Presbyterian to Honduras and to provide ministry there. Hi, my name is Sam Rinck. I'm CEO and founder of Arrow Energy.
And I'm Will Bias, Director of Sales and Marketing for Aero Energy.
Our mission statement is our company not only strives to help people in the United States, but it also wants to help people that are disaster and developing country, so that way they can develop the same opportunities that we have here. I have designed a prototype of a solar power charger that is a little bit bigger than a Rubik's Cube. And it uses the sides. As you can see, the sides will have solar panels that fold out, so it's more surface area. So that way the USB plug and the plug underneath can charge a phone in 1 kilowatt hour, but maybe a little bit faster. That's what our hope is.
So some of the advantages of our portable solar micro generator include the fact that it's renewable. So once you buy it and pay for the initial cost, you never have to pay the electric bill to plug it into the wall, anything like that. And as a result, it's completely independent. You can have it completely off the grid no matter where you are in the world. As long as you're near the sun, it's going to charge your phone. So our main plan for our business is to be a completely business-to-business model. So we would contract out mainly to relief organizations such as the National Guard, FEMA, the Red Cross. So they would buy up our product, and that would be able to distribute it when it's needed after times such as a natural disaster.
Not only that, but we have a give back program. So our give back program is once we sell 100 units, we will start partnering with, hopefully, Central Presbyterian and sending our product and our energy and our money over there to developing countries, so that way they can have the growth mindset and the entrepreneurial status that we have.
So as a secondary market, we would like to go after consumers as well as other businesses. So our two main demographics would involve people who want to be prepared. So say people who live in Florida, California, or Tornado Alley, where hurricanes, tornadoes, and earthquakes are a major threat. If any of those events occur, your electricity is going to be knocked out for weeks, maybe months, and you at least need to be able to charge up your phones and your flashlights so that way you can stay alive. Go back. Our other target is outdoorsmen. So the outdoors industry is a $12.5 billion industry, and that averages out to about $2,500 spent per outdoorsman. And this would be very useful for them to charge up their phones and their lights at the campsite. Also, the specs on our product would be about 1 kilowatt hour of output, which we researched is the necessary amount needed to charge your average smartphone. And we'd like to keep the size underneath 8 inches cubed, so that way it stays portable while still has enough surface area to effectively charge your phone. And then inside of that, we'll have a 3,600-hour milliamp battery to storage all of that power we collect from the sun, because that's bigger than even the biggest phone batteries on the market.
So our timeline. So what we have done now is actually a lot. In the first 6 weeks, we have a commercial lady that is willing to help us once we get a working prototype. We have a web design artist. We have connections to a lot of people over LinkedIn. In 3 months, we would like to have a printed out prototype. In 6 months, we would like to have a working business. And in 9 months, we want a steady income, but also a working prototype, because there's more natural disasters. And if we can, the faster we can get our prototype out there, the faster we can help change lives. So for the $500 ask is, well, one, we need a website, and that would be mostly what it would go towards. And we would have solar energy consultants for more, like, they can just tell us what we need, so that way we can buy what we need. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alrighty. All right, moving right along, we have Nalu, that is Nick, Jeffrey, and Alex. You guys are up.
Nalu. Our slogan is young, wild, and free. Right next to me is Nick Graham, CEO of Nalu. Nick is in charge of ordering our team and making sure we get our goals done. Next of Nick is Alex Waters, CFO of Nalu. Alex is in charge of marketing, sales, and pricing. And then there's me, Jeffrey Choi, CCO of Nalu, Chief Creative Officer. I'm in charge of designs and what our apparel look like. What we do. We provide nonprofit organizations, teenagers, a free-spirited, relaxed, and nature-style design. And with this, we use social responsibility to produce shirts and give out. With this, we also, what sets us apart is our branding. And this makes us different to other clothing companies. And we strive for a young, wild, and spirited branding. And with this, we So our brand name means ocean wave in Hawaiian. And with, this represents our brand with the young, wild, and free statement. And with this, we decide to...
So our target market is generally high school and college students ages 15 to 25. These people generally shop at places like Zoomies, PacSun, and Hot Topic. In the general persona that characterizes our target market is our slogan, young, wild, and free mindset. There's also a massive trend of social responsibility within this group. In fact, 80% believe that businesses should be involved in some sort of societal issues, and that leads perfectly into our why. So our why, we have two separate shirts that generally have the same design, except one costs $5 extra. You can either choose to pay for the $20 one, which is the regular shirt, or the $25 one, and 100% of that extra $5 will go to charity, and we will alternate which charity we give to each month. The charity shirt will have a slightly different design so that people will know that you donated, and this month's charity is the American Red Cross. So our market research, we got that done, and we had three main takeaways from it. 67% of respondents liked the designs that we came up with. 72% said that they would pay $20 for the shirt, which is our price, and 74% said that they would pay $5 extra for the charity T-shirt.
All right, so as a company, one of our first orders of business was to create the operating agreement, and since then we've created 5 unique designs, as you guys have seen earlier in the presentation, that represent our slogan of young, wild, and free. Using these designs, we have conducted market research to determine how much our target market will pay for a T-shirt, and also which T-shirt designs would sell the best among our target market. We have also established a good relationship with our screen printer, and we have gotten in touch with the American Red Cross as a potential charity that we could be working with. We are also looking into the Humane Society and the Ronald McDonald House as potential charities. So what we're going to do, we are expecting our prototype to be to arrive in the next couple days. This will allow us to open pre-sales on October 2nd, and by then we will have all of our Nalu social media accounts up and running, which will allow us to reach a much larger number of our target market. We will close pre-sales the following Sunday, and the day after that, we will begin to take the normal orders from customers. And the day we take the normal orders is also the day that we will make our final decision on what charity we're going to help. The cost of a Nalu t-shirt is $13, or like to make it's $13, and that's including the price of the t-shirt and screen and like printing the design on the shirt. We'll sell it for $20. That gives us a $7 profit margin and a 54% return on investment. So yeah, one of the biggest problems starting up a clothing business is the startup cost. So if we win the $500, we'll use it to buy and print t-shirts. So I'm just gonna leave you guys with this. Will you buy a shirt today to help your community? Thank you all for listening to our pitch.
All right, good job, guys. The hardest thing about any t-shirt or product in general is manufacturing. So if you guys already have a relationship with your screen printer, you're halfway there. That's always the hardest thing to do with t-shirts. All right, we're going to jump ahead real quick here, but I don't know if any of you guys know what's coming next, but I bet you're going to be a little excited, maybe confused, and have a good time doing it. Are you ready? The video on the next slide won't work because someone signed in with a different account. Okay. All right, well, you're going to have to go without a video. So do your best to illustrate and paint a picture with your words, whatever the heck you do.
Hello, everybody. My name's Payne, and I am the founder of Team Casada. So I am one of 4 in this group, and we all share the same types of entertainment, and we do parkour, photography, videography, and explore urban places. So for those of you who don't know what parkour is, the easiest way for me to describe it is basically a hardcore gymnastics. So we take the skills that we've learned inside the gym, bring them outside onto the urban architecture, and we try and like push our body to the limits and see what we can do with our flips and skills outside of the gym. So I think a lot of you can agree with me when I say I've come home and all I've heard from people is that they don't enjoy their job and how hard it's been and how busy it's been. What if that could change? Our goal is to inspire people to make a living out of the activities they enjoy. So in order for us to do that, we have been making videos, we do competitions and shows, we are going to be writing blogs and selling clothing. Some of the hardships that we found is that there is a really big competition in the clothing business and also becoming more known throughout parkour and sports. It is hard to find the funding to back up our clothing, and finding time and injuries can hold us back as well with making the videos. So in order to help this, we are posting weekly on YouTube and Instagram in order to gain more social media followers and become more known through there. One way to make money is through the YouTube revenue. So when we put our ads on YouTube, for every 1,000 views, we get a certain amount of money. And that may seem hard to get 1,000 views, but if you think every time you go on YouTube, how many times is there an ad? Always. So that can rack up the views. As for our performances, we cost $25 for a half hour and $45 for a full hour. What we do there is we will come to your business and we will set up props, mats, trampolines, do a bunch of flips for you guys and perform. What sets us apart is that we are very creative and different with our talents that we build up in our group. And this can help us to gain sponsorships, and just because of how uncommon of a talent we have, we set that apart from everybody else. So as for our clothes, we want to create durable, fashionable, creative, and affordable clothes. We not only want to sell to parkour and free runners as to give them good training equipment that's comfy and durable, but we want to sell to anyone from as young as 13 to early adults such as 25, as to give them fashionable clothes that just look cool and help them build up confidence. So our prices will be ranging between $30 and $50, and manufacturing costs are $20 to $30. Our fees are attached to owning the website, so each month we have to pay a certain fee, and additional costs come with manufacturing. We will not know how much to make a profit until we gather our pre-orders and know what type of clothes we need to be making that more people will be interested. That way we are not wasting money on clothes that people do not like. As I said, our social media is listed here. We're posting frequently, so make sure to give us a follow to stay updated with us and know where we're going next. I will say everyone here did miss out by not seeing your video.
It's a fantastic video of him running in abandoned buildings, doing flips off buildings. He demonstrates how he takes his skills and practices them at a gymnastic gymnasium and takes them to the urban setting. It's a great video. I suggest that you follow one of these links and check out what Payne is up to. It's really cool stuff. If any of you guys are on the Facebook, yes, the Facebook, and you see all the weird, unique sports videos and people doing interesting things, maybe you're familiar with Dude Perfect. Well, we may just have the next Dude Perfect over here to my left. Very exciting stuff, Payne. I know I was entertained. All right. Next, we have Brandon. Brandon with the Neighborhood Boys. You're up.
This is the, okay, I'll just roll with it. Hi everyone, my name is Brandon Albury and I'm the owner of Neighborhood Boys. Now, what many of you are thinking is, why on earth do we need another landscaping company? Well, my company is actually more of a community rather than a landscaping company. My company connects small one-person companies like myself into a large network of customers. Now, I often ask my question, am I having fun with my life? Now, when you think of your teenage years, what do you think of? For me, I think of Friday night lights on the football field, hanging with my friends, and having fun. But a big trend lately has been a lot of people have been stuck working at dumb part-time jobs that they don't like, such as McDonald's. This guy right here, he's having a great time. Now, how do I solve this? My company pays $20 an hour to my workers, and it's very flexible. This way, teens can have a balance of both fun and meet their financial goals at the same time. The services that we have done so far include lawn mowing, mulch, yard aeration, general landscaping, and even deck staining. This is a picture from the biggest job that we ever did so far with 29 cubic yards of mulch, and that took a hell of a long time. In terms of marketing, I've marketed a lot on Nextdoor, which is a privately owned or a private social network where you can post stuff to your neighborhood and the neighborhood near you. So with one click, I can reach 4,430 people just like that. I've also done ads on Facebook, and my mom even helps me out with that one a lot, sending it to her friends. But another way that I've done is paper advertisement, just so like flyers. So when you look at the return on investment, it's very variable with the jobs that we do. My first investment was around $964 with $900 worth of equipment that I already had. We paid this off within 2 weeks, and now we have over 280 jobs, coming around $11,070 worth of sales. Did I say that right? 11,070? Now, what a lot of you are thinking is, what's next? Well, my business plans to expand. I've already reached out to Eureka, and I have 3 workers there, and they are working a lot. But my next goal is to reach out to West, Marquette, and Lafayette. Now, another goal for my company is to move to an app. I really want to focus on the connection part between customers and my partners. This is the biggest goal, and with the app, we can expand our outreach, gain an advantage over many other landscaping companies, and offer online payments. Now, what I am seeking is help with marketing as well as investors to buy the big rigs that you see all these commercial companies use. But before I go today, I want to leave you with my motto, which is, if the professionals are too expensive or you don't want to do it, call the Neighborhood Boys and they'll get right to it. Thank you.
That's good stuff, Brandon. Really great. It goes to show that you don't have to reinvent the wheel to have a business. Teenage boys have been mowing grass since probably the beginning of time, or since every dad decided that they're going to make their teenage boy mow their grass so they don't have to anymore. But that doesn't mean there's not room for improvement. That doesn't mean there's not room for you to make more money and create a full business out of it. Take a simple idea, do do the work. That's my motto around here. Xantha's motto? Anybody know Xantha's motto? Write it down. Write it down. That's what Xantha says every single day. If you come and hang out with me, you're probably going to you got to do the work. Do the work. Figure out how to get it done. Do it more efficiently. Expand. Try out new things. That's how you get it done. All right. Next we have Dragon Pack. It's time for you guys to hit the stage.
Is this thing on?
All right. So imagine lugging around this all day long, across the halls, up and down the stairs, from class to class. I don't think anyone in this room would love to lug this around, but unfortunately, for many high school students, this is the reality. They're forced to carry around these heavy, heavy backpacks, taking a huge toll on their overall health. I'm Haley Pearl, a senior at Parkway West High School.
And I'm Valerie Suhai, a junior at Parkway South, and we're here to introduce Dragon Pack.
Last year, my partner Valerie suffered from back issues that cost her time and money and an extreme amount of pain. And this all could have been prevented with our product. So for the longest time, dragons have symbolized power and strength, which became the basis behind our name and logo. The backpack market is valued at a whopping $1.6 billion and even grew by 9% last year alone, proving that the backpack market is in fact here to stay. According to the U.S. Consumer Products and Safety Commission, 7,000 children were spines were damaged in the past year alone. As we can tell from this, traditional backpacks, they not only cause pain to our shoulders, but permanent damage to the spinal cord. Don't compromise your child's health for the very thing that's supposed to benefit their future.
So when we first began to experiment with this idea of this backpack, we reached out to chiropractors and WashU physical therapists to get their opinion on it. They all essentially ended up with the same thing. Tighter straps and weight distribution to the hips is what will reduce the strain on your shoulders and on your spinal cord. So what exactly is Dragon Pack? Our goal is to create a backpack, an ergonomic backpack that will benefit the lifestyle of current students and professionals. Ergonomics has already existed in the workforce for a long time, but what about students? It's just as, if not more important, for students to have that back support while their spine is still growing and developing. This is a prime example of exactly what I'm talking about. So here on the left, we see this man sitting in a chair with no back support. You could see his spine is curving in a very unnatural way, causing him a lot of pain and discomfort and the potential for permanent damage. On the right side, however, we see that back support, and we see it maintaining that natural curve of his spine, which is essentially what our backpacks will do. So here's an example of a lumbar support brace, which will essentially be a part of the back side of the backpack. This will not only keep that natural curvature of the spine I was just talking about, but it will also distribute the weight of whatever's in the backpack onto your hips and legs. Your hips and legs are designed to carry your body weight, so they can handle it, as opposed to your shoulders. Parents, we all know teenagers care about style, and that says a lot considering the fact it's coming from one. But with our goal from Dragon Pack is to make sure that our designs, our patterns, and our colors are actually representing what the children want, what the students want in schools. We will reach out to Parkway schools all across the district and gather data to see what colors and patterns they would like to see in their backpack. This will help us ensure success. In addition, whenever parents are faced with that difficult decision at the beginning of the school year to decide which backpack to purchase for their child, they'll be faced with regular brands, such as these. Ooh. We have North Face, Jansport, and Herschel, all of which are very popular backpacks. We see these in schools every single day in the halls. And so when faced with the decision of choosing a backpack, they'll be faced with this, which are very stylish and very popular, and everybody has them. But when comparing it to Dragon Pack, we'll have those same style and popularity as these, but the additional health benefits, making it very easy for the parents to choose the right backpack for their kid.
All right, so we're in the process of reaching out to manufacturers to help develop a set prototype and price by January of 2018, which which then we will begin working on sales. Please feel free to contact us with any questions you may have. We are Dragon Pack, here to revolutionize the backpack. Thank you for your time.
Great work, girls. I actually worked with the Dragon Pack girls about 2-3 weeks ago, putting together their operating agreement for the first time. One of the milestones for any business, how they're actually going to work and interact. And I know Admiral Chuck Williams here helped a couple other groups with their operating agreement. And for anybody that's put one together, this is the foundation of your business. And when you have two individuals coming together, it's important to understand what both parties want. One party wanted to make sure Valerie, that she's a junior, that she's able to run and control the business next year. Since she's a junior, she's going to have one more year here at Spark. Haley was going off to college but didn't want to lose sight of the business, but they wanted to run it together this year. So they came to an agreement, the two of them together, that they're going to run the company 50-50 this year. But next year, when she goes off to college, Valerie will have controlling share of the company, but Haley's also going to remain a part of the company. So I think this is a great lesson for them and anybody in entrepreneurship, that you have to come together and have a good understanding of what both parties want, how you're going to come together, and make sure that it's fair and equitable so everybody pulls their weight during the year. So I think it's a great lesson for them to learn. The reason I tell this story really is you don't fast forward through entrepreneurship. You have to go through every step. There's no fast forward, there's no skip button, you don't pay your way through it, you don't study your way through it. You really just have to experience it. And that's one of the major steps. And throughout this entire year, all the students will get to experience those. Some good, some bad. They'll probably yell at Xantha 7 or 14 times. They may get mad at me, but that's part of the process. If that doesn't take place, the learning doesn't take place. If that doesn't take place, the exhilaration of tonight doesn't happen. It's a process. It all comes together. And hopefully here, you'll see us back here in December, see what process took place, and then you'll see us at the end in May, and hopefully see the difference between what we started today, how we progressed, and how we ended the school year. It's an exciting process. I hope to see you at all the pitch competitions along the way. And with that, Will, you have the stage.
Hi, my name is Will Nolte. I'm a senior at Parkway South High, and this is my first year at Spark. My company is Anywhere Car Care, a company where we travel to your car to provide high-quality hand washes, details, and maintenance. Why? Because car care is a low priority on a lot of people's lists. It seems like it should be important. Taking care of your car, it's an expensive piece of equipment. You want it looking good and running good. But sometimes it takes a lot of time and it's a chore, so people don't want to do it themselves. Our job is to provide high quality washes, details, and maintenance on a monthly plan that allows our customers to keep their car in excellent condition with minimal effort. The value that my company has is that we come to the customer. It's the most convenient way for you to take care of your car. We have regular scheduled washes, which make sure your car is always clean and it always looks good. Our hand washes are high quality. They're much better than any automatic wash like this, where those brushes just pick up the dirt and slam it back in your car over and over and over again. And we're a one-stop shop. You just need to come to us to take care of all of your washes, detailing, and maintenance needs all at the same time. It's the most convenient way to do it. Is this legitimate? Of course it is. We're insured. We're forming an LLC. And it's not like paying your neighbor to go change your oil or wash your car. It's a real business. Now you might be thinking, how big is the car wash industry? Can you really make money doing that? Yes, you can. It's a $10 billion industry in the United States. It's growing 3% every year. If we take a look at St. Louis specifically, there's plenty of car detailers in St. Louis, but the difference there is that you take your car there and it might take them, a couple hours. I come to you. Also, my main business will be the hand washes, not the detailing, which is not very common in St. Louis. I only have one direct competitor that travels to you to wash your car, and the difference between me and them is the model. I have the subscriber-based model, which makes sure my customers come back every month and they always have a clean car. I provide regular washes, not just details, although I do also offer the details. And since I also take care of maintenance, I provide a free safety check on your car every single time I wash it. If something's wrong, I can do that too. Now, my target market is the 18 to 40-year-old single woman. They generally know little about cars, they have a job, they don't know how to take care of a car, and they probably don't want to. Or a 30 to 60-year-old male who has enough disposable income to pay for higher-end car washes, have a nice car, and they want to keep it clean because it's a status symbol for them. Now, my pricing is for 1 wash a month, it's $25. For 2 washes, it's $40, or for 4 washes a month, it's $70. For each one of these washes, you can also upgrade it to a full detail, $40 for the interior, $40 for the exterior. And every single wash includes a complimentary safety check. Now, one thing that's not on the slide is that if you tell one of your friends about my business and they also come to me, I'll give you $5 off for your next month of your car washes. Now, maintenance fees are going to be item specific. They just vary too much, car to car and item to item. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you very much for your time.
Excellent stuff. What a full-fledged business model. He's ready for your business tomorrow or tonight or at a parking garage near you. All right. You up next? Yes, sir. All right. All right. We have the coffee cup with Kevin Harder. You're up.
All right. Thank you. All right, so I will be the closer tonight in the last slide, and I know myself, we have more stuff, but I'm getting a bit tired because I didn't have my coffee this morning, so I'm going to tell you why you should have your coffee more often. So this cup design, it's old, and it's quite frankly dumb, and it should be changed, so I created a new one, and it's my brainchild, this whole company I'm making, so let's go to childhood and start off. So as a kid, I was always building stuff, discovering, playing with Legos, putting things together. That's why my business card says general inventor, because I'm always thinking of things, and I usually get 1 to 2 inventions per week on a regular basis. We move on, and I'm looking at the components of things, how they move along. What does this tractor do to make it work? What does that robot do? What's wrong with it? How can I change it? How can I solve it? And I realized not everybody else does that, and I thought that was a normal thing to do until I realized people are just watching TV, and I'm going out and figuring out how things work and whatever. So then we move on from middle school to high school, and I got really involved with sports, and I love being at South and being a Patriot. And I had spent so much time in sports that my academics started to go down. And where I was creating and building things, I wasn't focused on that so much anymore. And at one point in high school, I had 5 Fs and 2 passing grades, 1 month away from exam week. And at this rate, I would have failed junior year and had done a 5th year in high school. Well, I don't want to do that, and that's a terrible thing to do. So I changed some things around. I was forced to quit wrestling. I took my Eagle Scout project and I put it off to the side a bit. I'm finishing up that now. My social life changed completely. I deleted Instagram and Snapchat off my phone, and I solely worked on school. I went into hyperdrive with my thoughts and what I did, and I only focused on work, coming exactly home, from school at 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and really no much fun. And honestly, that caused a lot of depression and anxiety because there was no social life. It was just work and work and work, and there was no play at all. And that was really bad, but I passed everything. I brought 5 Fs up to 5 Cs, and the other 2 were A's, so I ended with a fairly well GPA, and I knew I could always do better. But after that, so my mind's in hyperdrive, and now I'm just at home, and I'm not doing anything, and I just started to tinker and think. And when I was running one day, I realized that square roots did more things, and I thought up of a calculus formula, and I really had a mental reawakening. And so I'm thinking, and freaking IQ went up so much, and so I started to realize, hey, in the back of Algebra 2 class, I'm pretty bored. Let me do a calculus and do that shape, which that helped Arrow a little bit. I thought of a new renewable energy source, and I designed my coffee cup for the first time. There's the cup, there's the lid, But why make a new coffee cup? Everybody's got one. I'm sure all of you are adults, and everybody drinks coffee in the morning and seems just fine. I actually do need this. Well, what's wrong with this cup is if I'm drinking it in my right hand with the microphone, I can't, and then I go for my left hand, I can't drink from that anymore. So I invented a new cup with a lid design, spins on its own, and you can lock it into place. Okay, but there would be a pin on the side instead of smashing it. And then there's also going to be a magnet on the bottom, so you can stick it on your top of your car, and the kids are screaming, and you drive away, and you forgot that your coffee's on the car. Instead of pulling up the first red light and you see it go in front of the street, you're going to get out of your car and realize at the office, oh, hey, it's still there. That guy's really smart, and I'm glad I bought that cup. So with the calculus and the inventions and all that, and I really decided, okay, I'm just going to focus on this cup, and that's what I'm doing. So I had too many tabs, and I just put them on pause for a bit. Oh, okay. But this is a really good investment because the coffee market is growing all the time. I know there's like 3 more Starbucks being built just here in the St. Louis area. And with this cup, it's a renewable thing. You're going to use it Monday through Friday and even on the weekends, where, there's a lot of waste in the industry. So my mug, it solves a lot of problems that you might not know about, but in the end, you're going to really be thankful that you had it.
There you go. All right. Thank you, Kevin, with coffee, the drink that makes the world go round. All right, we are now wrapping up. We have our closer coming down the line. Mr. Lawson, with a solution that everyone needs in some way, shape, or form. Tell us about your solution, Lawson.
Start off, Kevin, you almost got away with closing it here, but I'm taking it from you last second. I'll take the clicker as well. This starts off 234.
Where's it at?
Starts on slide 234 in the master. Oh, he's got his own thing. Oh, this is different. So, yeah, I would go up.
Where's it at?
Right before this one.
Is it?
Yes, yes, sir.
Right there?
Yes.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
You got it. All right.
Here we are. All right. Here we are. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Lawson Cockrum, 17-year-old senior at Parkway Central and a first-year Spark entrepreneur. My company is a tech teaching service that not only solves any home tech problems that you may have, but also educates you so that if you run into any familiar problems, you can solve those yourself. I got this idea originally when my great-grandmother, Grandma Teresa, who's 91 years old, was over at my house. She was visiting for a wedding, and she had just bought an iPhone 7 and went from an iPhone 7 to from a flip phone. So, of course, that's a giant change. She didn't know anything that she was doing. So I sat down with her for a long 3 hours, finally was able to get her to learn what she needed to do, call, text, FaceTime. And we still stay in close contact now, calling her once a week maybe, or, just continuing in contact with her. And so from there, I figured if people in my family, such as Grandma Teresa, were having problems like this, there must be many others as well who are having that problem. So from there, I went, established a website, my brand, my whole company, and started marketing on apps like Nextdoor and websites like Craigslist. Just on the ads, I said what I do, what I can do for them, and how to contact me. I've also done or used passing along business cards locally in my neighborhood and also to coworkers, just to everyone, because everyone has people who need assistance like that. So progress for me so far, I've had 2 jobs, totaling in $70 for both jobs, costing me 2 hours and 30 minutes of my time. My pricing breakdown is after you contact me via email or call, a $30 call fee is established, followed by a $20 hourly fee after that. The benefit of my pricing is that it's very consistent, it's easy to follow, unlike my competitors. So my market here is actually very large and very, it's a great opportunity for me. So here's a little graph here just showing the different like stuff that, like with the ages and stuff, like the amount of tech that they own. I've also done face-to-face surveys and surveys over the app next door, just helping me find my target market and establishing my clientele. Future plans for me, I'm definitely looking to get my name everywhere, more advertisements, putting it in the newspaper, St. Louis Post-Dispatch, Facebook advertisements, huge thing for me, that's what I'm mainly focusing on now. And also getting like a Pinterest page because my target market uses those the most. I also have a $3,000 goal that I am looking to reach to Memorial Day 2018. So thank you. Please feel free to contact me here below and get in the know with techno.
Ooh, this is so loud. Okay. I just first want to say that I just feel honored to be part of this process. I mean, I am so amazed at all of you. You all did an excellent job, and I just want all of you to feel very proud. Maryville University is very proud to be part of this event. And we just want to say, I just want you all to stay encouraged and to know that this is just one part of the journey and to just keep working. And then just to put a plug in, I teach at Maryville University in the accounting department. Some of you had some great accounting numbers in your slides. I loved those margins and return on investment figures. It just made me really happy. So I'm gonna go and brag about all of you when I go back to work tomorrow. And so I just wanna thank you for your high level of engagement, but I know you're not here to hear me talk, you're here to hear who won. So after much deliberation, because it was really hard to pick, some top companies, because you all are winners. I just want you to know that. So, but it is a contest and it is a competition, and so we are going to announce the winners. So we have 2 third-place winners. I'm going to start at the bottom. Is that fine? Okay. And our 2 third-place winners are Rave Advisory. All right. Let's go, Rave. And our third-place winner is Kenko Slushy. All right. Which was quite tasty. All right. For our second-place winner, Refined Skateboards. Woo! All right. And our first-place winner is B Cubed Media. All right. So, congratulations, everybody. Do you guys mind taking a picture? And there's some gifts here. We have provided the check to Paraguay to distribute to the winners, and then we also wanted to make sure that you had some Maryville gear. So if you could pull out those hats that are in there and put those on. I got Maryville gear.